Right now at noon, how crews plan on getting members of a youth soccer team out of a cave in northern Thailand. Plus, what we know about the potential nominees for the United States Supreme Court. And if you're hitting the road this 4th of July, you're going to pay the price at the pump.
This is News 3 at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 on this Tuesday afternoon. We'll get to those stories in just a bit. But first, let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your first alert forecast. It is heating up in a hurry out there.
That's right, and the heat and humidity is going to be back, especially for this holiday. We are tracking all of the latest. Here's a live look at the Edgewater right now. A lot of folks are going to be on the water. It's just one of those things that you do for the 4th of July, and this is no different today with the heat and the humidity returning. It's been a beautiful day so far. We have not had to deal with any rainfall or thunderstorms or anything, so that's good news. You work your way back up to the north and west. There are some showers and thunderstorms over Minnesota right now that could have an impact on your 4th of July forecast, so stay tuned for that. Temperature-wise, we are in the low 80s right now. Some folks are still in the upper 70s, but the big change you'll notice, dew points are on the rise. So dew point is only at 57 here in Madison, so it doesn't feel as bad, but check out Mineral Point, Platteville, Lone Rock. They're all in the 70s, and all of that is working its way to the north and east, so we will begin to feel much more humid. We'll also see more in the way of some heat returning. So if you are going to be getting out on the Edgewater or just in the water in general, make sure that you are prepared for that heat and wearing the sunscreen as well. That's one of those things people forget. And also drinking water, not just being in the water, but drinking lots of water, especially for that 4th of July forecast.
Right.
Tomorrow is an alert day. There are some thunderstorm chances as well that I'll be breaking down here in a couple of minutes.
And just make sure the beaches are open. There are many closed.
That's right.
Blue-green algae.
Exactly. So you might want to check ahead on that.
Yeah, stay out of the water at that point. All right, Chris, we'll check back in a few minutes.
All right.
Crews are responding to a report of a fire in a Fitchburg neighborhood. This just in. The fire reported at 11:15 in the 2800 block of Tree Line Drive. We'll have more on this developing story on channel3000.com throughout the day and on later newscasts on the air. The Milwaukee Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating the family of a lost infant. The child estimated to be between 4 and 6 months old. He was found about 2:30 this morning in the area of North Sherman Boulevard and West Hampton Avenue in Milwaukee. The child described as a white male, approximately 20 pounds, wearing a gray Mickey Mouse shirt. He was found in a black-gray car seat. Anyone with information asked to call the Milwaukee Police Department. A Verona man is facing his 4th drunken driving charge after a Middleton police officer saw him do an illegal U-turn and then drift out of his traffic lane. An officer saw 45-year-old Ryan Rogers around 11:40 last night driving in the 7600 block of Discovery Drive. When the officer stopped Rogers for the traffic violations, he could smell alcohol and noticed Rogers' speech was slurred. Following field sobriety tests, Rogers was arrested on a tentative charge of 4th offense operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated. 12 members of a youth soccer team and their coach who disappeared inside a cave in northern Thailand are safe, but experts say it could take months to get them out. Ben Tracy has the latest.
Those were the first words from the boys after being found by 2 British divers 10 days after they went missing inside the intricate cave system.
How many of you? 13. Brilliant.
Still in their soccer uniforms and huddled together just above floodwaters, the boys ask for food and when they can go home.
Not today. Not today.
For their parents waiting above ground, the news that they're safe ended days of waiting and praying. The 12 boys and their 25-year-old assistant coach disappeared on June 23rd after soccer practice. Their bikes and cleats were found just outside the caves. They apparently went in to explore and became trapped by flooding caused by heavy rain. The Tam Luang cave system in Chiang Rai stretches about 6 miles into the mountain. First responders had to go about 2.5 miles from the cave system's entrance through passages obstructed by thick mud and high water to find the group. They were located near a chamber known as Pattaya Beach, which has a higher elevation. Captain Jessica Tate with the U.S. Air Force was one of 35 Americans who helped in the rescue effort.
Everyone's coming together to figure out the next course of action and how to bring them out as safely and as quickly as possible.
Rescuers are now racing to pump out water from the cave as heavy rain is in the forecast for the rest of the week. Thailand's rainy season lasts until October, and the cave is regularly flooded. It is not 100% secure, the governor said Tuesday, so I cannot confirm how many days the kids will have to stay in the cave.
A Thai Navy SEAL team will make the final decision about how they actually get these boys out of the cave. One option is to teach them how to swim out with dive masks on, but the water in there is murky, the passageways are narrow, and one of the rescuers tells us that the boys don't know how to swim. Ben Tracy, CBS News, Chiang Rai, Thailand.
And Thai authorities say the military will make the final decision on how the group is rescued, with the one option of the coaching them to swim through the passage using scuba equipment. We are learning more about who is on President Trump's shortlist to be his next Supreme Court nominee. President Trump will continue meeting this week with potential Supreme Court nominees after narrowing down his list to 7 candidates. The president interviewed 4 candidates yesterday. According to the Washington Post, they are federal appeals court judges Brett Kavanaugh, Amy Coney Barrett, Amal Thapar, and Raymond Kethledge.
He's looking for somebody with tremendous intellect. He'd like somebody with the right judicial temperament, and he wants somebody who's going to be focused on upholding the Constitution.
President Trump says he will announce his decision Monday. AAA calls this Terrible Tuesday as a record number of people are headed out of town for the 4th of July holiday. Those traveling by car will be paying more at the pump than in previous years. Some 40 million Americans are hitting the road for the 4th of July. Gas prices are up 62 cents compared to this time last year. It's the most expensive July 4th holiday price in 4 years.
When we see crude prices go up, we generally see gas prices go up too. Even with OPEC's potential decision to increase their production, it may not be enough to offset the supply levels not keeping pace with demand.
Prices did drop recently, but they're expected to go up 10 cents or even more in the coming months. AAA says the worst time to drive in most major cities is today between 3 and 6 p.m. It's going to be about 2 times more congested than on a typical workday. Well, there's more to come on News 3 at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
I don't know what you're planning on wearing tomorrow, but I do have a pretty good idea on how to dress up your hot dog. Can you believe that tomorrow, on the 4th, Americans will eat more than 150 million hot dogs? To help you visualize that, imagine if you started laying hot dogs end to end, starting in Washington, D.C. You could go to Los Angeles and back 5 times. That's crazy. And when it comes to topping our dogs, the options are almost endless. Of course, there are some top contenders for the most popular. You know, mustard, ketchup, relish, and chopped onions. But the big question is, what's your favorite combo of these? Then there are the second-tier toppings, which to me are sauerkraut, chili, and cheese. After that, things can get a little creative. Some people like to dress up their dogs with everything from salsa or sriracha to chopped pineapple or even crushed potato chips. One of my personal favorites is a tomatoey onion sauce that you often find at hot dog carts on the streets of New York. It's basically onions that are cooked down with some ketchup, chili powder, cinnamon, salt, and hot sauce. It's simple, but the combo of flavors makes this a hands-down winner. One bite is all it takes for you to know exactly what I'm talking about. To get the recipe for this classic pushcart onion sauce, simply visit our website today. That way, you'll be ready for tomorrow. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a hot diggity dog way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thank you. Coming up on News 3 at noon, a sunny, warm, and humid day. Meteorologist Chris Reese will have your 4th of July forecast when we come back. Well, Amazon Prime Day is bigger than ever, and avocados take on the freezer section. Diane King Hall has more in today's Money Watch report.
Stocks started Tuesday's session mostly higher in a holiday-shortened trading week. Investors will turn their attention to the Federal Reserve when trading resumes on Thursday. Some Samsung smartphones are sending pictures to users' contacts without them pressing send, according to some online complaints. One Reddit user says his Galaxy S9 sent his entire photo gallery to his girlfriend while he was sleeping. Another user says the same thing happened with his wife's phone. Samsung is reportedly aware and investigating the problem. Amazon Prime Day is getting bigger. The company is expanding the time of the event to 36 hours. That is 6 hours longer than last year. The day-and-a-half event will begin on July 16th. The e-commerce giant uses the shopping event to spur summer sales and draw in more consumers to its Prime program. Keep in mind, Amazon hiked the price of its membership program by 20% in May to $119 a year. And avocado can now be found in your freezer aisle, taking on a favorite summer treat, ice cream. Avocado is an avocado-based dairy-free ice cream that comes in 3 flavors: deep dark chocolate, mint chocolate chip, and simply lemon. You can find it at chains like Whole Foods and ShopRite. The price is steep at around $7 to $8 per pint. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
Thanks, Diane. These are the final numbers on Wall Street for the day. The market closed about 15 minutes ago. The Dow Industrial is down 132 points. The NASDAQ down 65. Q106 Farm Director Pam Yaki out of the radio barn today. So here are your ag numbers. And Chris is here now with a look at the weather. A lot of people heading outside the next couple of days.
That's right, and it is going to be very hot, so make sure you drink up plenty of water. Also some chances of some thunderstorms, so be aware of the forecast as you're out. Now, we don't have the thunderstorms out there today. Today has absolutely been a gorgeous day. Yes, it's been much warmer and a little bit more humid. Temperatures are in the 80s already, but that's the neighborhood that most of us find our temperatures in this early afternoon, right around the upper 70s towards 80 degrees. Some of the warm spots are at 85 right now. That includes Boscobel and La Crosse, but you see the general theme is low 80s, upper 70s. You factor in the humidity or the dew points, and those are on the increase. Dew points a little bit lower here in Madison and points to the north towards Watoma there, where they were in the 50s, but back to the south and west already dew points are found in the low 70s, and that is going to be increasing over time. I'll show you the entire Midwestern view, and you see those really oppressive dew points in the upper 70s to near 80 are just to our south. Those will be streaming to the north. In fact, we have a southerly wind component coming into the picture, and that is why tomorrow, your 4th of July, is an alert day mainly for the heat and humidity. It'll likely feel like 100 degrees, if not warmer at times, and there is a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms to develop into the afternoon and evening. So winds right now are mainly out of the east coming off of the lake, a region of low pressure over the northern plains. But watch what happens as we get you into tomorrow. That region of low pressure gets much closer. Then we have a strong southerly wind flow in play. That pumps in much more humidity into the picture. So tomorrow you'll notice as those dew points just get increasingly higher. Eventually, the cold front does come into the picture. That's going to bring shower and thunderstorm chances by Thursday, and then we'll cool down from there. But before that, it is the heat and the humidity. This afternoon, we'll top out in the heat indices right around 93. But watch what happens as we go through your 4th of July, feeling like 90 by lunchtime, and then we could top out with heat indices exceeding 100 degrees once again. So wear your sunscreen, drink plenty of water, and just find your ways to stay cool, especially a lot of folks who are going to be out by the grill tomorrow. Now, I did mention that, yes, there is a chance of showers and thunderstorms for your 4th of July as well. We're watching this disturbance moving across Minnesota right now. By tomorrow, that will be moving into the North Woods, and so that is where there is a slight risk of some of these showers and thunderstorms to be severe. So if you're headed up to the north, do be mindful of that. The marginal risk comes all the way as far south as about the Dells. We're not included in that marginal risk here in Madison, but there is the chance for some showers and thunderstorms. The good news is a lot of that should clear out by the time the fireworks get started. So if you're concerned about how this will impact the fireworks shows, no major issues are expected. So that is good news. 89 degrees today. It's going to feel like up to 97. So it will be hot today, hot tomorrow as well, reaching 90 degrees with the alert day in your forecast. We're going to keep things very warm in the 80s, but eventually cooling down once a cold front comes through here. So Friday and Saturday look absolutely great, but then watch what happens right after that. We turn the heat and humidity right back on. By the end of the 10 days, close to 90 degrees, humid, same deal once again.
Been a hot summer so far.
It has been a hot summer. Makes me kind of wonder what'll happen later. So, but it's a hot summer right now.
Yeah, for tomorrow,
yes.
Be careful.
Absolutely.
All right, Chris, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 at noon. Up next, July is National Ice Cream Month. Angie Edge from the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin sharing a recipe for an ice cream treat when we come back.
News 3.
Well, it should be fun. Angie Edge from the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin is here July National Ice Cream Month.
Yes, we always find some way to celebrate Wisconsin dairy products.
And what better way than ice cream in July?
Yeah, so we have lots of great recipes this month on our website. When you visit our Wisconsin Cheese website, you're going to find lots of great desserts. One is this berry tart, there's a ribbon cake, and the desserts all are incorporated with Wisconsin cheeses. But of course, these desserts can't be complete unless they're served a la mode, right?
Babcock ice cream here?
Babcock ice cream, that we're going to serve that one a la mode. So what a great 4th of July pie treat.
And there's cheese in the crust of that
cheese,
pie?
Yeah,
or that
there's
tart?
a sharp cheddar cheese streusel, and then it's baked with 3 types of berries. There's raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries. So perfect for the 4th of July.
Sounds perfect.
Now, I also have another idea, because tomorrow is the 4th of July. Maybe it's going to be very hot, so if you're looking for something easy, we're suggesting an ice cream sundae bar. So you're going to help me make this,
All
Mark.
right.
And we're going to start with some vanilla ice cream.
We got all the fixings here.
Yeah, we got all the fixings, some patriotic fixings.
Now, ice cream sundaes were invented in Wisconsin.
Two Rivers, Wisconsin. So how appropriate.
On a Sunday, you tell me?
Yes, on a Sunday.
Hence the name?
Yeah, hence the name. And we're lucky in Wisconsin because so many of our ice creams are made local. So when you're talking about fresh, local, and delicious, I'm using the Babcock ice cream made right downtown Madison.
Nothing better.
Sassy Cow made right outside of Madison. We have Shep's, Cedar Crest. The list goes on. There's so many great local ice creams to choose from.
And the great thing about an ice cream sundae is whatever you want to put on it.
Whatever you want. There's no rules. So we have chocolates. We have lots of fresh
I'm gonna
berries.
Squeeze my fingers.
Use your berries.
I'm gonna eat it. So
And the great thing is there's lots of great fresh berries in season right now. You can make it red, white, and blue. There's always a good combination of sweet and salty, so maybe some nuts. Oh, he's gonna go right for the
dark chocolate.
The dark chocolate sauce. Doesn't that look delicious?
It does look delicious.
You can put caramel corn, you can put marshmallows, there's crushed Oreo cookies.
I think we need
a
both.
little caramel too, right?
I think we need some caramel too.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh.
All right, so you can't forget also the real whipped cream that you're gonna put on top of there as well. And of course, we'll end it with a cherry.
Very patriotic.
But how perfect is that for an easy 4th of July dessert?
Red, white, and blue.
Yes.
Celebrate Ice Cream Month.
Yeah,
all this
scoop
month.
it forward this month.
Scoop it forward.
Yes, give somebody else an ice cream treat, right?
WisconsinCheese.com for all of these recipes and so much more. Lots of fun going on. The dairy farmers of Wisconsin.
Yes,
Happy
thank
4th
you.
of July.
Happy 4th of July to you.
All right, Chris, hurry up with the forecast and get over here. Make a Sunday.
All right, yeah, I'm definitely going to be scooping it forward. It is hot. We're watching the heat indices return into the low 90s today, although tomorrow will likely be a bit warmer. For this afternoon, when it comes to air temperature highs, we're going to top out right around 89 degrees. And for some of us, it could feel as warm as 97. But do remember that tomorrow is an alert day for the heat, the humidity, and the chance of a few pop-up storms in the afternoon.
All right, take it easy if you're heading outside. That's our time for now. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. No noon show tomorrow. We'll be back here on Thursday. Have a good afternoon.
Making plans that are weather dependent? Get an accurate 12-hour, even a 10-day forecast. Download the Channel 3000 First Alert Weather app and start planning.